Hi, everyone. My name is Claire.
And I'm Molly.
And this is Book Stupid. Book Stupid.
Too fast, sometimes too slow.
It's too slow. Something about remote recording. I feel like you lose your nerve when or maybe I lose my nerve.
Oh, an immediate attack.
It's me?
That's how we'll start?
It's me?
Oh, yeah, something about remote recording makes Molly so shy, so private.
She's so
take
private.
A breath. I can't. That's right, I'm saying
I can't take a breath.
This laugh is costing me. I hope it's worth it. You better.
Do you know what I saw
punches.
Today?
What?
Sorry, not to cut you off.
No, I needed a breather. Go on.
I saw something about how, like, your VO2... Okay, first of all, you know what? Sorry, I just realized I have to go on a rant. One thing I really hate is people who are obsessed with longevity. I think it is so annoying and so fucking tone deaf.
Say that.
Especially in the... And yeah, this won't be the first time I say this phrase tonight. Late stage capitalism. I don't want to hear about how you want to live longer when the planet is going to burn down, actually.
It really highlights the hypocrisy and suspended disbelief of, like, radical individualism. It's like, you are so focused on optimizing self, you are ignoring that there will be no world for that self to live in. Like, you may live, the world around you will not, and so you will die. But because you were so focused on your damn self and treating your son as a blood bag, that's weird, that guy who does that.
Who? Sorry, who?
There's that one guy who looks really scary. He's kind of waxen in the face, and he has a teenage son from whom he siphons plasma, who knows what else, and injects it into himself. Yeah.
What? Where are social services? Why is no one stepping in for this?
I believe the boy is an adult. Perhaps.
Got it. That'll do. That'll do it.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, sorry, please go on.
It's really not even. Yeah, thank you. Apparently VO2, which is I think it's oxygen in your blood. Jupes, is that right?
It's oxygen in your son's blood.
Oxygen in your son's blood. Having a high level of that is a major indicator of longevity. And you know, I was on like a tech billionaire's Twitter when I found that out, which is to go back to late stage capitalism and your excellent point about who cares if you're going to live long. There's no such thing. The apocalypse will take you out.
There's no such thing.
And why don't we put you, I think, have made this point before too. Why don't you put these resources of researching longevity into, I don't know, reversing the irreparable damage we've done to the planet and society?
How about that?
Just a thought.
How about that? Wouldn't that be good?
God.
How about we invest in public health again? How about that?
How about that? I need to have some seltzer about it.
Totally. And she's sipping it out of like a gorgeous long stem wine glass.
It's just something I like to do on a Monday night, is have like a gorgeous beverage out of a wine glass that's non-alcoholic.
No, like totally. And it's glamorous as all hell. You should be
a
wearing
longevity hack. Yeah.
Again.
Also, sorry. I'm back on it.
No, it's just my blood has no oxygen, but go on.
I find the idea of even, like, it's such a stupid premise wanting to make your life longer when, like, you can get hit by a bus. So, like, I don't think we should be a longevity maxing. I think we should be joy maxing. How do you have the most joy today?
You sound
rather
like
than
positive.
And we're both right.
You are.
How about that? Instead of making sure you can live to 100 and be miserable in your bunker, how about have a cigarette today? Put that on a tote bag.
Have a cigarette today. Tomorrow's not promised.
That's the back of promise.
That is
tomorrow's not promised. Have a cigarette
today. Today.
Right now.
Today.
My eyes are getting crazier and crazier.
No, it's so real. I think it's also such a, like we needed another data point, but it's such a firm point against like billionaires, the fallacy of billionaire genius. Like it's like these men are driven primarily by fear. That's why
Yeah.
they're making these
Yes.
stupid ass fucking decisions. Like they're
Yeah.
all fearful, small people. And you see that in
Yes.
how they allocate this unbelievable amount of wealth. And it's all towards these fearful, small-minded outcomes. Like how could you
Yeah.
possibly idolize a man like that? How could you think he's earned $1 billion? Many
Yeah.
billions of dollars. No
Yeah,
one
because
can.
you sound stupid.
You are
And you
stupid.
yeah. And you sound like it sounds really sad, honestly. Like no matter how much money you have, you're still sort of like you are not, and like there is no such thing as being fulfilled, but they have this, well, I think there's no such thing as being like truly fulfilled, kind of. But like you have all the money in the world and you're still chasing this fulfillment and you're not even like, I don't think you're at all going about it the right way.
Enjoy more lonely years on Earth.
Completely, Molly.
We're not being very charitable this episode, but we've been pushed too
No.
far, and I can't take a deep breath.
Being charitable would require me being able to finish a sentence, and I can't because I can't breathe.
I can't. You know what I saw today? A
What?
woman walking with a parrot on her shoulder. A
Where?
very normal block. It was like 82nd and 2nd.
A parrot?
She was a super normal looking woman. She was in business attire. She was carrying a
That's
briefcase, and she had a
I
large
sometimes I
green
feel
parrot.
like sometimes I feel like I'm really not far from that. In fact, I had the thought today, should I get a bird?
Hey, if you get a bird, I will literally kill you and the bird. I'll snap both of your necks. Don't you dare.
That's fucked up.
That's the book stupid promise. If your
I'll
friend gets a
snap
bird, you mercy kill her.
and the bird.
I'm not
Oh my
inheriting the bird.
god.
Yeah. What? That really occurred to you?
I don't
Mm.
I think I like how eccentric having a bird is, to be honest.
You're
Sorry,
like,
Molly's coughing.
yeah. No, I wasn't just like leaving her to sit with what she said, though. That was a good option.
It was a nice option, yeah.
There are so many good kind of eccentric options that don't have fucking wings and they're not like reptilian little bitches and they don't live forever.
Wow.
Parrots, 30. They live till 30.
Okay, that's tough.
What about like a ferret?
A rodent, really? You'd rather me have a rodent than a bird?
1,000 times over.
That's crazy, Molly.
You're gonna get a hantavirus from your rodent.
Or the bird.
Oh, or the bird, right? You did
No,
say
you can only get it. You can only get it from rodents. But we
and that
talked
was part
a
of the
lot
research
about.
you did.
Yeah, we talked a lot about the bird watcher who was patient zero on the cruise before we started recording. Just for
That's true.
also, we did record 10 minutes we did 10 minutes of really great stuff that I didn't hit record on.
It was
So
really good.
you'll just
You
have to
wasted
kind of
a lot
imagine.
of my limited oxygen in those 10 minutes.
And well, I was doing a lot. I was full of hot air. I was just sort
No.
of going and going and going.
Well, you know what we
Um,
need to cover still is
What?
the Tooties your weekend.
So, well, can't tell you about the Tooties again.
Yeah,
Talking
you
about the Tooties
can.
once is fine. Talking about it twice is embarrassing.
It bears repeating.
Okay, but oh my god, I'm sweating so much, aren't I?
That's okay.
I
Healthy girl.
I'll do a brief stint on the Tooties. So this weekend was the Tootie Awards. It's sort of an international festival of friendship and
Has
culture
any non-US
and
citizen ever participated?
oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize the press was in here with me. So yeah, I'm gonna get back to you on that question about international participation. But it's an annual award that a group of friends that I'm part of has, and I get the opportunity every 4 years to co-host with my friend Dan, and I hosted. It's very stressful. I was literally exhausted last night. I was like catatonic in my bed, like, oh my God, this must be what Conan O'Brien feels like. And it did go really well. We did, well, I will say the first 30 minutes went poorly. Um, but then it went well.
Uh-huh.
And we did, so it was we went to Fordham University to host it, which everyone was kind of like, what the fuck? We thought we were maybe getting on a boat. This is
You
kind
led
of
them
super
to believe.
disappointing.
I'm being a
Yeah.
really aggressive
Jupes
reporter in the press bank over
in the
here.
box.
Yeah, in the box.
Jupes was like just like laughing, and because she was like, no one actually thought we were going on a boat, but I think some people kind of thought we were going on a boat. Jupes and Chris were in charge of the gift bags, and they did a splendid job. There was sunscreen, everyone brought something to put in the gift bags, which was cute too. I didn't even look at my gift bag on Saturday because I was so busy. And I also spilled my full vodka Red Bull in the bag, so I haven't really been able to like deal with that yet. But I was just over. You think I don't have ants, bitch?
Get ants? I've been having ants.
You can't get ants if you always have them.
Quick aside, my brother Jack this weekend did a little research of his own because he woke up with a lot of ants near his head. And they were like on the
Near
wall.
his
They were coming in through the window. But
Okay.
he did a lot of research. Ants are the most successful species on Earth. There are over 14,000 different like breeds or subgenres of
So we're
ant.
defining success as like
I think like
diversification
so I
of
think
species.
there is a definition. It's like, yeah, it's like genetic diversity. They also
Okay.
live in every continent except Antarctica.
And
they
so
really
funny because ant.
totally. But ants don't
you.
live in Antarctica.
Yeah, that's right. Breaking.
Yeah, that's crazy. Anyway, so
Okay.
so you back to you.
Yeah. Oh, got it. So yeah, it was a successful day. Highlights were that we visited the site of my first kiss, which has now become sort of like a pizza place.
Jolly Tinker for anyone kind of
Oh,
like
yes.
pulling out their Fordham maps.
Yeah.
It was a freshman bar, and I remember it as an
was.
unfinished basement.
Yes, it was like, it used to be like 4 walls of plywood
Yeah.
and a pool table, no
The
windows.
pool table got a lot of play, including some tonsil hockey.
I love that phrase, tonsil hockey. That's
It's so
that's a Molly
gross.
classic.
Ugh.
And yeah, I was like telling everybody like that was where my first kiss was, and the bartender was like, "That's where you had a baby," and I was like, "Whoa, crazy thing that you thought I said." No.
Again.
Oh, I was like, you can't get pregnant from kissing. And yeah, it was a great day. Everybody got an award.
Did you kiss again on the pool table?
Actually, there was some smooching
You
on
kissed?
like platonic smooching. It was not.
It's again an award show of best friends. This would be a
There was
friends to
platonic
lovers
kissing.
kind of breaking news alert.
There was platonic kissing.
Yeah, what? Who among us hasn't played a little tonsil hockey with
exactly.
a platonic friend?
It wasn't tonsil hockey, it was lip hockey.
Hey, lips. One time a man addressed Claire that way. Hey, lips.
Claire. Don't call me Claire. You're so sick. You're so sick you called me Claire.
I'm so addled. Yeah, that's true.
It's the same amount of syllables. You're not even saving oxygen.
You're right. In fact, the hard cuff is difficult. It's a lot of wind.
Would you mind telling us about your weekend?
Sure. I'm a bit sick. No.
Mm-hmm.
So I also had an on-campus weekend, which was
Mm.
rather exciting. I was in Wisconsin, being really brave and kind of quietly suffering from my illness. But I was there for my youngest brother's graduation from UW-Madison. It was real fun, I gotta tell you. Just a real
Yeah.
wholesome kind of like family weekend. I'm very proud of my youngest brother.
Oh.
It was fun too. So I was a little bit apprehensive heading to Madison because we talked about this recently and I had bad information. You are famously a beagle lover. You grew up with beagles.
Oh,
That's kind
indeed.
of your culture.
Yes. I
So
like I like how naughty they are.
totally. And you were speaking of a beagle rescue led by one Ricky Gervais. And I was confused about kind of like how that fit into my beagle story.
I think we had two different beagle
We
stories and we were
did.
trying to make them kiss.
We were
We were
trying
like,
to make
surely
the
they're the same.
They weren't. And that really speaks to how ubiquitous this beagle problem is.
This
We
beagle problem.
must be called to action. So there's a huge, one of the largest beagle research facilities, like scientific research facilities that uses beagles for testing, was in Madison, Wisconsin, like really like pretty much on campus.
Oh my god.
It's bad. And there's been a long-standing campaign, like we got to free these beagles. There was one kind of renegade charge on the establishment. They got like maybe 200 beagles out. Not enough. A lot of beagles left
Never
behind.
enough.
Yeah.
Never enough.
And the police struck down hard in the wake of that. Kind of
So
early invasion.
I don't know if you know the answer to this, but was this facility operating illegally?
No, legally.
Okay. So this is like vigilante justice?
Right, exactly. These are
Okay,
people
we're
taking
freeing...
matters into their own hands.
Got it. Okay.
And I was wary because I knew how many beagles were still suffering in Madison. I didn't know how I could really
Yeah.
attend
Well,
the graduation in good conscience. The day before the graduation, all the beagles were freed.
What?
Yep. And guess what? 1,500.
Oh my god.
And they're seeking
That's
homes.
so many beagles.
So if any stupid heads out there want a Madison beagle,
Yeah.
reach
You
out.
could name it Madison. How sweet would that
How
be?
sweet would that be? Reminded of its
Yeah.
torture. Reminded of its place of torture.
You could name the beagle L'Oreal Paris. I'm gonna let her cough this one out.
Yeah. Gorgeous name for a girl. Garnier Fructis. Beautiful name for a dog.
maybe it's animal testing, maybe it's Maybelline.
Maybe it's
Okay.
Maybelline. Okay.
Maybe
Yeah.
also.
That too. Okay,
While
so
we're
that's
at it.
one big animal thing that happened. Another, get this.
Yeah.
There's an African stork that's been spotted in Wisconsin in Fond du Lac.
What? How?
Nobody knows.
Okay, so maybe first explain what Fond du Lac is.
That's just a place in Wisconsin. They're all named little things like that. But this stork is 5 feet tall and its wingspan 8 to 10 feet. And birders everywhere were like, what the hell's happening? This bird had the state a babble. Everyone was talking about her, him, who knows? Rather ugly, but very big.
No.
Couldn't stop seeing news alerts about that. Anyway, UW-Madison. It was a really lovely graduation. They really hammered the point that like when you're a badger forever. And like this is always your home. In a way that felt a little exclusionary, if I'm honest.
You didn't feel like you could knock on the door and say, "Give me a bed"?
No, I didn't. And that's not very welcoming to all the grad families. One kind of highlight. Okay, so I gotta tell you, guess who the commencement speaker was?
Who? The African stork?
Oh my God, that's a great guess.
Thank
you. Nobody knew why that guy was in town. I'm telling you, it was very. No, it's I would say rather relevant to our humble little podcast. It was James Patterson.
Is he the one who wears the moccasins? Or no?
No,
He's
no,
just
that's Dan
we've never
Brown.
talked about him, but
That's
he's
Dan,
a
yeah.
mass market author.
I believe he's like maybe the highest earning author ever.
What?
Like of all time. Can we get a Google on that, Joopy? I believe he's the highest earning author literally of all time.
Wow, good for him. What did he have to say? What did you think?
Correct, by the way.
Wow, yeah, confirmed highest earner ever. I believe he's
That's incredible.
his net worth is nearly $1 billion. He did make a point in his commencement address of saying he's given away $240 million.
Wow, pretty
Just to
good.
kind of emphasize
Pretty good
the point of the-
numbers.
Yeah, it's all right. It's 20% of your wealth, sure, great.
Yeah.
I think he could do better. I think no one earns $1 billion, but
I
anyway,
mean, yeah.
he's as close as any billionaire comes to actually earning $1 billion, I think.
So
I will
there's some conflicting things going on the internet that it's him and JK.
And that's an unethical billionaire.
We nary an episode goes by in which we do not we do not mention J.K. Rowling.
If we just talk about the gift of the Magi in this episode, we will have hit somebody's fucking bingo. Yeah.
Fucking big.
Did he have any good
Yeah, I liked what he had to
nuggets?
say. I thought it was good. One of my brothers had I think astute commentary that so James at the beginning of the address kind of laid out his mission statement, which was I want to be worthy of you. Okay. And then my brother astutely said, like, I think the best commencement addresses are to channel a message to the graduating class. It's like, here's my hope and my wish for you. Here's something I need you to understand. And this was kind of a little bit more about like, let me lay out my life as a blueprint for you, and maybe you can take what you will from it, rather than being a little bit more prescriptive, I think.
Yeah.
Two things that stood out. One was he leaned on the parable, which she says might be a little bit trite, but it's very effective. And once he really wrapped his head, actually, he used a few analogies where it was like, this is a bit heavy-handed. For example, he was on the New Jersey Turnpike going into his digital advertising job on his way into the city, and he saw how fast the cars were moving in the opposite direction. He said, I gotta get on the other side of the road. The way my life is going, it's going nowhere. I gotta get to the other side of the turnpike where I'm moving fast. Which was an analogy he used to say, I gotta change what I'm doing. I'm gonna write books. Okay. That didn't work so well for me, but a parable that did.
I think when you're a billionaire author, you think anything you say is going to be good.
I kind of think so.
I would urge James Patterson to investigate that line of
I would
thinking.
urge his editor to kind of maybe co-present with him. Yeah.
Yeah.
A parable I did kind of like that was then reinforced at my mom's mega church, which I went with her to on Mother's Day.
That's sweet of you.
It was really sweet of me. He kind of used this parable of like, you're juggling balls in life. Let's call the balls. It was friends, family, work, health, spirit. How many was that for? Friends, family, work, health, spirit. And there was one more.
5, Jupes says.
Oh, it was 5?
Yeah. You already said more.
Yeah.
I want to guess.
No, that was it.
What's the fifth one?
There are only 5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I said them all. Ha ha.
You win, I guess.
But let's say they're all balls you're keeping in the air. Work is a rubber ball. You can drop it, and you may not think so, but it'll bounce back. You can pick it back up.
You know what? Learned that one the hard time.
Yeah.
Twice. Laid off twice.
But all 4 other balls, that is friends, family, health, and spirit, are glass. Can you believe?
Okay. I actually do have a lot of issues with this parable. Because it's like, is there a gun that's like you have to juggle? Like,
Yeah, no, you're right. That's the
there are no
parable.
stakes.
5 balls and a gun.
sounds like a good Saturday night, am I right?
Yeah, you're juggling them. You're keeping them in the air.
But there's no stakes.
Well, so with the glass balls, if you were to drop them, they don't bounce.
You
They
hurt
dent.
yourself?
They might
They
even
break.
shatter. They become irreparable.
Glass doesn't dent. I'm sorry, what?
He literally even said dent. This is because I had the exact same thought.
Is he stupid?
Uh, okay, breaking book stupid news. Highest earning author of all time, James Patterson, found stupid.
Stupid. Fucking dumb.
Fucking
I'm sorry.
dumb, actually.
The glass shatters, babe.
Totally. He said, maybe it chips. Chips worked for me. Dent.
Chips is fine.
crazy. You're making all the lib arts kids in this audience feel bad.
Yeah.
Anyone who had a letters of arts degree is fucked.
Yeah.
The other thing he said that I think is relevant for girls like us is he was like, I have the best job in the world. I don't work, I play for a living. But he kind of waxed poetic for a good 3 sentences. He's like, for example, yesterday I was the valiant gentleman and his lover. I had beautiful flowing hair. I was the red sun that rose above us as we rode on the horse, who I also was, and I was
One
the
horse
wind
trope?
too. Yeah, he was just
He was
kind
the
of
wind?
saying
Okay.
he gets to inhabit all of these perspectives, and his life is so much fuller for it because he's a writer.
Well, I do like that. I don't
The
really,
way he said it, you wouldn't have.
No, exactly. I was gonna say it was a winding road. I didn't like the journey, but I did like the destination.
Yeah, and listen, I'm kind of doing like a loose approximation, but I promise
Right.
it was
Bad. Okay, should we switch?
Wait, I have one more
gear?
thing I need to say
Yeah,
about
yeah.
UW graduation.
Okay.
Huge fucking shout out to Brick. Yeah, the president was like giving examples of great innovations that have come out of UW, like by way of graduates' invention. And she's like, 2 23-year-olds from the class of whatever, like 2023, whatever, founded like the modern solution to loneliness and malaise.
Getting bricked up.
Literally, as she's saying it, I'm going, Brick! It's Brick! I'm standing in the stands like, Brick! I'm sending them clips. They better send our asses some shit.
We should just email them and see if they
Yeah.
help us out if they'd brick us up.
Yeah. And again, this all goes back to Badgers being rather exclusionary, but I think they should send us their wares. That's
I
all.
think so too. I think they should let us on campus and have a bed, and I think that we should get free bricks. Is that too much
That's
to
all.
ask? That's
God.
all.
All right. Now I'm ready to move right along.
I'm really enjoying the idea of you being so excited at a brick mention.
And my brother Jack was leaning over like, what is wrong with you?
Oh my god.
So what have you been
okay.
consuming, I wonder?
Thank you for asking. It's about time we talk about late stage capitalism again.
Yeah.
I saw The Devil Wears Prada 2, which you haven't seen yet, so I won't spoil any real plot details, I don't think.
You bet not.
But I'll tell you this. It is a fever dream. I couldn't even remember all the plot details if I tried, because this is a movie. This is a cash grab. This movie is a cash grab, featuring about 40,000 different celebrities, to the point where you are just getting whiplash. Like Jenna Bush Hager had like 3 lines.
So we love Jenna Bush Hager.
I was in the theater like, Jenna Bush Hager, like you with the brick.
Brick. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
We are fans through and through. We ride hard for what we love.
Thrilled to see her have lines, but then like seriously, every A to Z list celebrity was in this. Pauline Chalamet was in it, didn't even have a line. Like, it was just crazy. I said afterwards, I think watching The Devil Wears Prada 2 was the closest I'll ever come to feeling like a dog. Because it was like, I couldn't get comfortable. Like, every person in this movie is trying to get my attention. There's seriously, like, A to Z plot. Like, I can't even, things would happen, and then I'd be like, it was also the longest movie ever. It was so long. And
Really?
It was like, things
How
would
long?
happen. I don't know. Like, it felt really long. But things would happen and you would forget about it and then like you'd be thinking like, hey, I wonder whatever happened to that interview that she did with Lucy Liu. Is there going to be any payoff on that?
No.
And then like at the end of the movie it would be like, and because she did the interview with Lucy Liu, this happened, and you were like, what?
Sure.
And like even like she gets the interview with Lucy Liu is actually like really important, but she gets it because she's been writing these amazing articles for the magazine, and you're like, with what time? She's been everywhere but at the office. I'm so confused.
You're sounding kind of late stage capitalist.
Thank you for
She
bringing me
hasn't
back
been
to my
working
point.
enough. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Well, that was the other thing. It was like, it's really, I think that what people wanted from this movie is that like it's nostalgia. Like people just wanted like they like the movie, the first one, and they just want some nostalgia.
Yeah.
And there's absolutely no way to make this movie without, you know, referencing the fact that print media is essentially dead. And it does a very like light commentary on that, because it's ultimately, that's not what we're here for. We're here for Lucy Liu, Jenna Bush Hager, Pauline Chalamet, the I Spy celebrity sort of bullshit.
Yeah.
I will say I had an amazing time. I laughed the whole time. I thought it was so ridiculous that it verged on camp for me. I was like, this is so fucking crazy. Like, there's a part where, like, this is a small spoiler. There's a part where the owner, like, so many different things are happening in this movie. I'm like trying to follow one plot. I'm like, okay, she just got the interview with Lucy Liu. Like, surely this is gonna mean something. Oh my god,
like
owner
that
of...
resonated. You got the interview with Lucy Liu.
It did resonate, thank you. And it's also like, she's like the wealthiest woman in the world, hardest interview to get, but it's never really explained why. It's like really confusing. I'm like locked in on the interview with Lucy Liu, and then all of a sudden we're at the owner of Runway's birthday party, and you're like, okay, I guess I'm at this birthday party now. And then the owner of Runway drops dead in the middle of the birthday party. I laughed so hard. It is just like the most absurd, like, you have to see it. For me, I really loved it, but it was so bad. That's what I have to say.
I should also admit that Jupes told me that you had a martini and a half bottle of wine before watching.
Unrelated.
I plead the fifth.
Unimportant details. It's like jump cut to the office right after. Like, it's like you just don't get
And you're
a
like,
moment's
thank
peace.
God we're back at work.
Yeah.
Nobody's been working enough.
And BJ Novak is in it, and he's weird. Like, literally every person you can think of is in this movie.
Okay, I'm just gonna say it. Opposite of Prayer Book. The one guy I don't need to see on my TV ever again, BJ Novak. Sorry.
Yeah, he's also like, it's so funny that I feel like he used to be a person like people had a crush on, and I was like, he's actually so gross. I can't look at him.
Yeah, what would you do if he tried to kiss you? Would you go like...
I'd be like, I'm not getting pregnant today.
I know how this works.
I know you're trying to impregnate me like you did Mindy Kaling.
Thrice.
Or did you?
Or did you? We know you
That's
kissed.
what I would do.
Yeah, that's
I'd get the scoop.
You'd get
kiss
the
it and then
interview
I'd get
with
the
Lucy
scoop.
Liu, so to speak.
With 2026's Lucy Liu, BJ Novak.
Totally.
Totally.
Also, there's like, yeah, that was
how the
it
movie
was like,
ends.
of course it does. And it's like, also Lucy Liu is like, I took the interview because you guys have been writing really impactful features, and it's like, name one of the impactful features. I'm begging you.
Are the impactful features in the room with us?
they're all written by Anne Hathaway, and it's like, sure. I loved it so much. Also, there was like they were trying to do so much with this movie. They were like also like she's an independent woman in her 40s, I would assume, who like never married, and she's so cool about it. And then they were like, bam, real estate agent that she fell in love with, and we're just kind of like wrap it in there too. This is a romance now, and you're like,
plays that?
I literally some fucking guy. I
Some
don't know,
fucking guy.
which is crazy because every other celebrity in the world was in this. Like, just add in another guy. Who cares?
Instead,
But-
they debuted a new face.
Yeah, they should test people for ADHD with this movie, because I walked out of there being like, I need to be on Ritalin, because that really did a lot for me. It felt awesome. I didn't think about my phone once.
It's the break of movies.
Yeah, it's the pick of movies, exactly.
That was so beautiful.
I will say Meryl Streep like is incredible. That's my other take.
Oh, I love her. I just love her.
She's so good at acting.
I don't know why I just went off camera.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. She's
That's
so good.
That's my
You like Annie?
The Devil
You like
Wears
Annie
Prada.
Hathaway?
She's great. She's great. Also, Emma made this point. She was like, it's really upsetting for me to look at Emily Blunt's. That was so crazy what you just said. She made the point. She was like, I can't look at Emily Blunt's face without getting uncomfortable, because
On
it's so
account of the
different
work.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah. But she is so funny in that role. And I didn't realize it was like her breakout role. So it was funny to see her
Yeah.
sort of
That's fun. That's really
re-embody
cool.
that. And again, like, I didn't even mean to talk about late stage capitalism again right now, but here we are. There's also this like fight that like they keep like making like, you know, allusions to life in 2026, where it's like Emily Blunt is now working at like Dior, and it's like retail is the only thing in fashion that makes money anymore. Like, it's but they don't actually go for it, you know, because this is ultimately a fluffy movie for people who like
Right.
really want to relive 2006, which
Yeah.
again, I had a great time. I loved it. Favorite movie of the year.
But say something incisive about our current year.
Once again, the average Joe is dim.
Dim. The average Joe wouldn't even understand the interview with Lucy Liu.
But how important it was to get that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was like watching Cherry Pie. I loved it. It was like watching Vertical Media,
That's
but I was in a
awesome,
recliner
man.
at AMC.
Short form vertical video in a recliner at AMC. And you were getting like TikToks from all your favorite stars.
Yeah, it totally was. It was a revolving door. It was like I Spy, but a movie.
Nice. A game.
It was a game. It was the gamification of The Devil Wears Prada.
That's awesome.
Yeah. What about you? What
It's-
have you been watching?
Have I been
reading,
consuming?
etc.? Yeah.
I have something I want to spoil, and I think you're not going to object.
Okay.
I need
hit
to
me.
talk about. I've now finished The Rite of the Starlings.
Did you tell me anything about this?
Yeah, girl, all I've been talking about is The Rite of the Starlings.
No freaking way.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was watching The Devil Wears Prada too.
It's that Devin Perry joint. It's book 2.
Oh, my bad.
With the
Got it.
animals and the
I
the
know.
monsters.
The green
really.
blood. Yeah.
Lissa. It's a disease called Lissa.
It's Lissa. Every time
Yeah.
you say that, I'm like, who's Lissa?
Totally. Especially because all the names are like Omen. And then the disease is called Lissa. Yeah, it's fucking
Which
stupid.
once again sounds like a birth control.
Last time we talked about it, remember, I was like really hung up on the split perspective between the protagonist, who I remember from the first book, kind of, and then this bitch Caspia, who's old-timey.
Right.
And
Yeah,
remember,
yeah, and you are
can't
not
be
liking-
old-timey and fantasy. If there's magic, be contemporary. That's the rule.
Yes, yeah.
And you'll recall that I
You
was
didn't like
like,
how she was saying, like, my liege.
my liege.
Yeah, you didn't like
And-
that.
Right. And I, at the time, chalked it up to Nelphinex, her continent, being just a bit more traditional than
Yes.
Calandra, the continent with which I
Of
was
Caspia.
familiar. Of
Oh,
no,
no.
of Odessa.
Of Odessa. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So here's what I have to say, and this is a spoiler for Rite of the Starling, for any book stupid listener who is going on this journey with me. Spoiler ahead.
Yeah.
Egg on my face, and I should have got it sooner. Granted, I wasn't paying very close attention to this read.
Oh, it was a clue, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a clue.
My God, Molly, it was a clue.
It was a fucking clue. Right over my head. It's like I'm not even I'm not part of the mystery gang. It's
And you
so
even brought it
embarrassing.
to your co-counsel, and I didn't clock it either, so I apologize.
It was pronounced enough that I shoulda. I thought I reached like 70% of the book going, these girls are sisters. It's so weird. But then it's also fucking weird that they're in the same castle and they're not really running into each other. And you're kind of thinking like there are these overlapping people in their lives, but like it's really
Wormhole?
confusing.
Okay.
It's just not, it's not the sister.
I'm trying to break the case open, sorry.
It's the mother. It's the story of her mother, which is very consequential to Odessa's present. And there becomes a moment, like 92% of the way into the book, where she gets handed a journal that now reveals her mother's story to her. Lo and behold, we've kind of been reading the journal all along. Like, we've been getting the mom's story. That explains it. And there were a number of clues. But they kind of do that thing where it's like, oh yeah, this character that we've been calling Therese is actually Huxley, as you know him, you stupid bitch. It's really...
I'm a little surprised you didn't put this together.
It's disappointing. Again, I can't take a full breath. So...
There's so little oxygen in your brain right now.
Very little. And that's when I don't have a fever, which I have had for most of my reading of this book.
Molly, we're not friends. I'm your mother.
Oh, no, not again. I believe it. And literally the big thing, well, you know they're related is they have the same hair, so you could trick me right now. We got the same hair.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
We do.
So I think upon completing this book,
Yeah.
my kind of net on the whole thing, it's a bridge book that I did not enjoy. I did not enjoy Caspia's perspective.
It's like a kind of a novella almost, like it's a bridge book. It's a bridge book.
It was book 2 of 3. Apparently this has always
Okay.
been a trilogy and the authors had.
Got it. Okay.
And it gave us a ton of very necessary backstory, and it certainly did a good job in setting up the stakes of book 3 of like kind of the final conflict. But the way she staged that unfurling of information through this split perspective, you know, introducing this love story between the mother and father, while at the same time, like, the mother's dad, we know of Odessa's life, the mother's dad and the father's like a very evil king. Not very evil, very cold, very bad dad.
Distant.
Bad dad.
Bad dad.
Yeah. Fine king, actually. Bad
And isn't
dad.
that always the way?
It's so
Really good at
is,
work
girl.
and therefore absent.
Yeah. Say that again.
Always on a business trip.
And it's like meant to set up like, oh, now do you understand why he's always been so cold? He can't look at her. He can't look at her. He can't look at her without seeing his dead wife, whom he had to kill, mercy killing. But
Mercy killing.
she became a murderous bird.
Oh, because of Lissa.
No, because of magic.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't actually ask any more questions about that lest I get, like, involved in this.
Let's not. But
But
you're kind of like, okay, like, sure, fine, but like, it still doesn't square for me. And I've spent 200 pages with Andreas, the young lover of Odessa's mother. I'm not really following
They're
him
not
as,
squaring.
Yeah. It
That's
was
really
a
tough,
tedious
actually.
way to set up this, to give us the information we needed.
And I actually think that's a tall task. We've talked about this before, of making like actually demonstrating that character transformation between, like, I think you often know your beginning point and your end point, and at least of who the people are. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. And like, it's that middle part that's really tough with character transformation.
I think that's right. And I mean,
I'm being really generous to Devonsbury. Is Devonsbury? Perry. Yeah.
But you are. And also, I guess it's just like, I never really, I hated Caspia's pages. I never rooted for Caspia and Andreas. So even when it's like, oh, and can you believe it was their tragic love story that predicated the events of the novel you actually liked, book 1? I'm like, I don't care. As long as I don't have to hear from them again. Which I don't.
Right, like, and thank God. And it's like, that probably could have been covered in like a chapter rather than a full bridge book. Or like,
I agree with that. It could have been a retro chapter, some kind of like short. But
like a few chapters even. I'll give her 3.
I think, I want to learn the information as my protagonist does. I want to at least learn it through her lens. And I didn't need to kind of go on that journey with Caspia.
Which goes back, I think, to some of the really good advice Catherine Walsh gave of like, don't belabor the plot in your dialogue, or your, like, the writing shouldn't just be in service of, like, the writing, I guess, should be in service of the plot, but don't let the plot be in, like, be stronger than, like, more. I don't know if I'm doing a good job.
I think that's exactly right.
Yeah.
She provided this backstory in a plot forward, and granted, pretty clever way. It was that I was tricked.
I mean, got you.
got me.
You're not very dim. You are a lawyer.
I wasn't doing a close read of this text, I'll say that.
Well, sometimes with stuff like this, it's like, I'm literally in it for the kissing and the magic. Yeah. So I'm not doing a deep, my brain isn't, that part of my brain isn't active.
Yeah.
I'm being
You're being
generous to you even.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I also want to say, I'm so over that trope of like, man can't talk about his dead wife and therefore abandon his daughter.
Completely.
It's overused.
Miss me with that.
Add that to my list of overused tropes right next to true love's kiss.
True love's kiss. Also,
can't look at daughter.
It doesn't feel particularly organic or true to life. I can't think of many instances in real life where fathers were unable to love their daughters in the wake of losing their wives.
You're so right, but it's used in like every movie, like so many like, movies and books. Yeah, it's like you actually just like the necessity of like keeping a child alive kind of kicks in, and you're like,
yeah.
Or it's not that the kid is such a reminder of the mom. It's that the men were never really equipped to even hold up their half of the household, let alone shoulder the entire thing themselves. So if they're negligent, it's not because they're so heartbroken over their wife. It's because men are bad at managing households and emotional labor. That's right.
We've reached a misandrous reading of The Rite of the Starling by Devin Perry.
There you have it.
Good and king, Molly doing
bad dad. Yep.
It happens. Wow, that so we're done with it though now?
Yeah. And I'm gonna read book 3 because
of course.
I think I don't have to hear any more from Caspia. But
I think this is probably where a lot of like authors who do series get, it's like the fun and games of it's a macrocosm of the fun and games in a novel, where you're just like, she probably got a 3-book deal and she's like, she's trying to meet the word count, and it's painful for everyone involved.
And that's all right.
That's all right.
I think people liked this one.
Oh really? I was gonna make a stupid joke. You were gonna throw yourself off the bridge book.
I liked it.
Don't worry about it.
Oh, that was really good.
things
Yeah.
so much.
But that's been occupying a lot of my time. Yeah. How about you?
Cool.
What else? What else you got?
The other thing I wanted to talk about today was that I finally finished the Poisonwood Bible. Clap for me.
Woohoo!
That
And
is like
that was without a free brick, but imagine how much we can read once we are gifted a pair of bricks. A trio of bricks. Our producer Jupes also needs a
would
brick.
also like a brick. And Ben, if you want a brick too,
Four.
let
We're
us
gonna
know.
need 4 bricks for the full book stupid team. Thank you,
4
Badgers.
bricks. Those are our demands. 4 bricks. Yeah. Like, this is just good for the podcast because now I can read other stuff and watch other stuff and write the book.
Stuff with some actual mackin' and humping.
Something with some mackin' and humping. There was not enough mackin' and humping in the Poisonwood. Put that on the cover. Not enough mackin' or humping or tonsillocky for me. I did love it though. Let me look at my notes. I would say this book was completely up my alley for so many different reasons. It's a book from the 90s that I think still is really, really relevant and holds up very well. It tackles everything. Christianity, mission work, imperialism, capitalism. Not late stage necessarily, but capitalism.
It's the 90s after
Racism.
all.
It's the 90s. It's before we knew about late stage capitalism. And misogyny, which of course I really appreciated.
Mm-hmm.
I can't really get into the plot because I just like, you guys gotta look it up.
Let's not.
I'll do a quick TLDR. It's a book about a family in the 50s with a really like fervently Christian to the point of being like violent dad who decides to take his entire family to the Congo to do like, his whole thing is like, I'm going to convert the people of Congo to Christianity. And it's he is so insane that it basically tears apart the whole family and kind of ruins his life and ends up like splintering the family entirely. And yeah, I just thought it was really, really good. I thought it raised a lot of good questions that I think, again, are still like super prescient in 2026. I think like I love reading so much because I really do feel like it just makes me like, this is like, again, every time I come on this podcast and I say like the most like fucking dumb thing ever, and I'm like, wow, what a thought that I just had. That like people, whatever. But
What? I love reading. Have you guys
Same,
heard
but,
about the
like,
concept of reading?
it just like, I obviously read a lot of smut and books about like women dying tragically in the forests, but I also do read a lot of stuff like this. It's like, tackling really important subjects, and like, I don't want to say one is more important than the other because I think I've learned a lot from smut and I've learned a lot from thrillers. But I think just reading stuff like this is just like, it's just like so important for people to read. Because like, we've talked about, I've said this before, like the way Barbara Kingsolver, the author, can put into like so succinctly like global things that are happening, and then also just like human feelings, and being able to do those things so closely together in a 600-page book is like so impressive, one. And two, it's just like, that's how you become a better person and a smarter person, is like reading stuff like that and being like, fuck, like,
Yep.
I had to read that. Like, I don't know. Anyway, that is my take on the Poisonwood Bible by Barbara Kingsolver. I will just also say that like beyond, there's again a million plot, like she tackles so much in this book, truly. But I think for me the most impressive thing was the writing, of course. Like she just, like, I think that's how she's able to tackle so many different subjects. So I thought I would just share. I also think like a big point in the book was like grief, and how like grief like fundamentally changes you as a person. There's a sort of important death that happens in the family, like halfway, 3/4 of the way through the novel, and then that sort of like ends up splintering the family. And it sort of like makes everyone reflect on their like their position in Africa and like what they're doing there. And it makes like there's a really good passage about like all of these mothers in the Congo have all lost children. Like this family has been surrounded by like their neighbors in the Congo who have all like lost children to like run-of-the-mill diseases. And it's like the community there like really rallies behind them because it's like this thing that they've now all experienced. And like it's then the book goes on to like explore how everyone in the family reacts to that grief differently. Because I think it can make you realize, like, especially for this family, that like you are like not important. And at the same time, or not that you're not important, but that like life is so ephemeral and like especially I think Americans, we tend to like really center ourselves in everything, and like I think it helps them sort of like some of them don't have that realization, but like to kind of like realize that. And then anyway, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but this is the line that I wanted to share. So there's two of the sisters are twins. One is disabled and the other one is not. And they're both very, very smart. And that's like a whole thing throughout the book, is that like the disabled sister's like constantly like kind of left behind. She just constantly feels kind of like jilted by society, which is like so super fair. But there's this line. So each chapter is also from the perspective of a different person in the family. It switches perspectives constantly. But her name is Ada and the sister's name is Leah. And she's saying, "Such childhood energy I spent on feeling betrayed, by the world in general, Leah in particular. Betrayal bent me in one direction while guilt bent her in the other. We constructed our lives around a misunderstanding, and if I ever tried to pull it out and fix it now, I would fall down flat. Misunderstanding is my cornerstone. It's everyone's, come to think of it. Illusions mistaken for truth are the pavement under our feet. They are what we call civilization."
Oof.
Oof. And like that's kind
shit.
of the whole book for me. And like this is what I'm saying when like you can live 31 years and think you're like, every year I feel like I get smarter. Sound like such a fucking asshole. But like this, it's important to keep like reading like paragraphs in books that shift your understanding of the world. And even this idea of misunderstanding, like everything is misunderstanding, and like our whole lives we should all be seeking better understanding in life, and reading is a great way to do that. That is, I think we reached it. I think we landed it.
Fuck yeah. A hearty +1 from me. I'm very moved by everything you said. I couldn't agree more. And also, Barbara Kingsolver really is like,
she rips
per page. Yeah.
Yeah. Oof. It like, I was like, because I spent such a long time reading this book. I want to highlight some of the amazing writing that I read. And I was like, I can't even pick, because she just fucking drops a truth bomb on you every other chapter.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really liked though how she like, God, I feel like I'm like,
this is also
English
very
class.
smart. It's so fun. I love it.
Sorry. Okay.
This is also a big part of the podcast. This is what we sold.
True. But I really like this, like how she takes this sort of small family, and it's like the analogy for like just the world and how we interact with people globally, because it like starts at home, and how you treat people. Being a good person or treating people well starts in your immediate community, and if you start there, it goes outward. And similarly, if you have a jerk dad, that also goes outward. Bad king, good king, bad dad.
Good king,
Horrible
bad
king,
dad.
bad dad. I would say in this one.
Yeah, terrible colonizer, worst dad. Both.
I would yeah.
I think that's exactly right, and why Kingsolver is a really successful author too. It's you said this at the very top and you just reinforced it now. It's like you're able to speak to these kind of universal truths, or like really nail kind of like a global trend or effect by grounding it in like showing it through the prism of a personal experience. Yes. That's really how you reach readers and make people care about something much bigger than themselves. It's like make them believe in a person's experience of it.
Yeah,
and
even like her...
Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. No, you go ahead.
No.
I was going to say, even like the sister dying, I think that's what I was trying to say with the grief thing is like, it's like... horrible things don't feel like horrible until they happen to you, and then it makes you feel both small and like privileged at the same time, I think.
Yeah.
And I think having her die was a really good choice. Sorry to that sister who died.
Inciting event. This is weird.
It was an inciting event.
It was. This is weird to connect it to a real life example. I literally this week heard a snippet of an interview with Jack Antonoff, where he was talking about how
I saw this, I think.
Yeah. His sister died when he was 18 and she was 14 of a illness she'd been fighting. And he was saying, like, I would recommend making decisions in the midst of grief because it throws into such sharp relief what matters and what doesn't. You're not going to sit down for coffee with someone you don't want to. You're not going to indulge. Even listen to a song that you don't care about. Like, it kind of heightens the urgency of, like, living. And so you're more discerning, and you feel kind of breathlessly, and I am breathless, pursuing things that matter. And it was cool that from that place he found that art mattered most, and probably for similar reasons as this writing is important. It's like kind of how you reach people, change things.
You deal with, I mean, we've talked about this before, it's like a writer's way of dealing with their own emotions, and then it helps other people deal with which is a good thing.
It's kind of like the human condition.
It's kind of really important.
Yeah, it's kind of why we're here.
Anyway, I'm excited to get to something later.
Hey, I'm clapping. I'm still clapping.
Thank you.
I'm clapping my ass cheeks.
Clap for me.
For finishing Poisonwood Bible.
Yes. It was an undertaking. Every time I told someone I was reading the Poisonwood Bible, they were like, what happened? Like, why are you doing that? Like, and
sorry, I
was
care about continually evolving as a person and expanding my my scope of humanity.
I was like, how have I not read this book before? Because it feels really important. But anyway.
I read it when I was like in early high school. I'd like to revisit it as an adult.
I think it would. I think it would be honestly a little challenging for me in high school. But like, I would have loved to...
really received it the way I needed to. Yeah. It was more like it was my mom's book club book, and I was like, I can read a book club book, a bitch.
And this just goes to show how misogyny is woven into every facet of society, which is a sentence I said to my mom on the phone the other day, and I think she almost hung up on me.
Awesome.
But like, I think I've always thought of...
You know who almost hung up on you? Internalized misogyny.
So true. My dad via my mom. I think I've always thought of like Barbara Kingsolver as kind of like I thought it was like beach read stuff, which that's internalized misogyny.
That's great,
again,
girl.
Nothing wrong with beach reads; they're valuable.
It's just not her category, not her lane.
Not even at all. So yeah, that's that on that.
And that's that on that, baby. I don't think I have anything else to... the only other thing I want to flag for you content-wise, literally nothing more than a kind of warning shot. Thinking about watching New Girl again. Uh-oh.
That's on like your Maslow's pyramid of like problems. That's like we're getting really close to Modern Family, which is when like someone should really like make sure Molly's okay if she's rewatching Modern Family.
Yeah.
But New Girl's really close.
It is. I'm within a hair
razor.
of Modern Family. Yeah. And I made a story for the Book Stupid account last week that I ended up deleting because I was like, this is actually too vulnerable. I said, I'm thinking about an off-season watch of Dash and Lily. Uh-oh.
That is like, whoa. That's like, take her to the hospital.
Yup. So
okay,
everybody just
so maybe we should,
maybe you need the keys
okay?
to Peacock for
the
a while
house
or whatever. Oh. Yeah.
Peacock. Okay. Yeah, I can lock down that Peacock.
Cool.
Wow. Okay. That's Dash and Lily's super concerning. I'll just say that to you.
Thanks. Yeah. This is why I raised it. Accountability.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Cool. Well, should we? Sorry, I feel like I talked a lot about my stuff.
No, what? Let's go.
Which is why I will let you go first for our writing challenge of the day, unless you really want me to because you have low VO2.
No, it's fine. I can do it. Because I think you're the closer for sure. Like, I was like, hey, Siege, I did this real lickety split. It's not good. And she's like, no, totally. It's just, I am very happy with mine. Bitch. Which is to say, we did a writing exercise for this episode.
Yep. And I will say, I don't think mine's like great. I'm just like, I felt pretty inspired. Well, you'll understand why I'm excited about mine because this is like right up my alley. I was excited by the exercise.
This is an exercise catered to Siege. It's in fact writing to her favorite trope, which is airports/airplanes, romance therein.
Romance on an airplane. Take
Can
it
you believe?
and run.
Take it and run.
Yes.
So not only did I write mine in kind of like 35 minutes this evening, I wrote it on a travel day from hell. I had the worst fucking time at airports and on airplanes today. I left for the airport at 4 a.m. I had a 6 a.m. flight that turned into a 7 a.m. flight that got delayed to an 11:30 flight. I amazing raced my way into one spot on a flight departing at 7:15, a mere hour and 15 after my originally scheduled. That one spot went to my bitch ass husband. And so I stayed at the Milwaukee airport, which has a very pitiful Delta lounge. And I waited hours, and then I got on a flight where they just kept me, and I was sitting next to a weird old businessman, like old enough that I thought we kind of phased that age out of the workforce. I'm a lawyer. Don't you dare sue me for that.
I will defend you.
Thank you.
I'll defend your ageism.
He was drinking a huge orange Gatorade and just kept perusing a PowerPoint about scams and fraud.
Well, he's old, Molly. He needs to know not to open that email from Nigeria, okay?
I think he was peddling anti-scam and fraudware. And I was like, you?
Okay.
You're the
face.
Sorry,
I really want to go on a tangent, but I'm not.
Do it.
Because it would be. I got an email, like I got included on some like scam email that was like, we're like so sorry, like for the like class action law. You can be a part of our class action lawsuit, and like I'm like obviously BCC'd with a ton of people, and some old guy responded to everyone and was like, this is not relevant to me. Thank you though. And like,
thank you though.
Someone else responded just like, this is a scam.
Hey buddy, this is a scam. That's nice.
Made me laugh.
That's a good public service. Bummer though. Tough.
But I know it's just the kind of thing that makes you sad about age.
Totally. So,
anyway,
just to round it out, I had a really bad air travel day, and then I scrapped together this shitty story. Ready? Enjoy.
Is it at all inspired by like your day?
No.
I thought maybe like something therapeutic would be like writing a story about your marriage where it ended in like a kiss.
No, he did. He gave me a kiss on the cheek and he didn't look back. That's what happened.
Judas.
And then it's Judas. And then he texted, it was me and my brother. We were traveling as a group of 3 and he took the one seat and he texted the 2 of us, thank you so much for giving me this seat. And then we didn't answer because that doesn't require a response. And he texted back like 5 minutes later, I am very appreciative. Okay.
Oh, he fucked up.
Uh-huh.
That is like, he knew he fucked up.
Oh, yeah. And I'll remind you, I was thinking about pulling my oxygen mask down just by myself in the flight because that's the condition I'm in. Yeah.
And you know what? I'll say this. Put your women, put your oxygen mask on first. Or does that only pertain to if you have a kid?
Yeah. This message is not for mittens.
Yeah, I'll say that.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
Uh-huh. All right, anyway, here's Wonderwall. I'm just going to drop you right in, even though I did see your... I'll get back right after. Okay. Anna smiled brightly at the flight attendant, even though she was about to barf. The wine key that she'd forgotten was floating around her work bag had held her up at security, and she'd sprinted the length of the terminal to make it to her gate in time. She was kicking herself for missing it, especially after chugging a full Nalgene to avoid TSA capture. Now she had to pee and barf. The flight attendant wasn't charmed. Anna had to assume her smile was actually pretty unnerving, and she shuffled by apologetically. Her seat had been assigned at the gate, and she'd gotten shoved into boarding group 8 in the bowels of the plane. Having no airline status and apparently no riz, Anna was used to this. And she wouldn't really mind at all, except for the overhead storage. Every flight she'd ever taken, Anna stressed about hauling her carry-on into the storage compartment above. For one thing, she was 5'2", and there were simple laws of physics that dictated these things. Between jumping and shoving herself, or letting some guy big bro her ass, the options were bleak. But more than anything, she hated when there really wasn't any room left, but the news hadn't made its way up the flagpole before boarding group 8 made their unwelcome debut on the plane. Miscommunication was her least favorite trope. Anxiety roiled her already turbulent stomach as she scanned the bins above. All were closed as far as the eye could see. Still, she made her way down the aisle because that's one of the rules of the dance you do before you're allowed to ask the flight attendant for help, and he sends you back to the gate with a tone that conveys personal dislike. The further back she went, the sweatier she got. Was there no AC on this plane? But then, like a mirage in the desert, she saw an opening above her seat in the very last row. It looked cramped, but she would make this work if it killed her. She swung her bag up over her head and momentarily wondered if it would kill her. She gave one great thrust as her vision began to blink out. She barely had time to consider that this was in fact a very bad sign before everything went dark. She came to, lying in the middle of the aisle with her feet elevated in a strange man's lap. Oh my god, did I pee myself? His thick eyebrows drew together for a beat before he smiled kindly. What? No, you didn't pee. Okay, good. Awesome. Hey, who are you? I'm Drew, he said, still smiling at her. So this was like a classic, is there a doctor on board thing? Kind of. I'm an NP. So's my dermatologist. She felt like she was shouting. Sorry, that's not relevant. But his grin only widened. I bet I know her. You think? Her name is Hannah. Wait. You're still coming back online. He squeezed her ankles lightly. The move brought each party's acute attention to their point of contact, her feet basically framing his crotch. He yanked his hands back with a look of contrition. She found it was not the response she wanted. Okay, Drew, here's the sitch. I need to get to Portland, so I'd like to stay on this flight. I suspect I'll need your expert recommendation to the flight crew and ongoing supervision. There's an open seat next to me in Comfort Plus, he offered, if not a little shyly. Score! Anna yelled. And that's it.
You are such a fucking bitch. That
Excuse
was
me?
excellent.
No, it wasn't. No.
Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't. And here's the thing. I see in your notes that you're like, oh, I just drop right in. Like, my story just kind of
That's
sprung
not
up for
what
me.
I said.
Well, all the same.
Don't misrepresent my words.
Fine. But I can't write any of these little stories unless I have their LinkedIn pulled up in my brain. It's
That's
so
fine.
fucked. No.
That's literally
No.
fine.
It's not. It's
Molly,
it's
that was
ridic-
really good.
And hey, here's something else I want you to know. He's not just a nurse practitioner. He also does organ transport. Yeah. That's right.
Okay, and what hospital does he work for while we're at it?
Mount Sinai.
Okay, pretty good.
Okay.
I so many good details. Like, you literally could fart a novel, I think, if you wanted to. Like,
You're
was so
piss for
good.
brains. Absolutely not, brother.
I will say both of our stories include pee. Which
Awesome.
is like, what are the odds?
We are pee pee poo poo girls. It's so
We
bad.
you really are.
Gross.
No, I thought, I mean, you always write such, like, funny, interesting characters. I loved it. I thought it was great.
This was
I
my
think it
first
is-
shorty.
Oh, I did. That's something I did want to talk about. Yes. How did you feel inhabiting a 5'2" body?
No, totally. It was like a real exercise in empathy for me. It must be so
Yeah.
hard getting your suitcase up.
Yeah, because I was like, where is she going with this, with the suitcase thing? Because I know you've never struggled putting that suitcase up.
Do you know, actually, I do. I hate that. I hate it so much. It's like,
It is deeply, yes, it's deeply anxiety inducing no matter your height.
And it is for me the capacity problem.
Yes,
Don't
I
you
agree.
dare walk me to the back of the plane and then make me wait and then try to, oh, can I just scooch by you? Oop,
Yep.
with my fucking suitcase to go back to the gate? I'd
Yeah,
sooner
no.
die.
I know. Though I think I told you I almost like came to blows with a flight attendant. The last time I flew home from San Francisco, I think it was, I like this happened to me where I was like, of course, like the last one to board couldn't get my suitcase up. And then I think like I will admit that some fault here. I don't think I tried hard enough, but I was like, there's no fucking room. Okay. Like there's no room.
No
And so
room.
and I encountered a really nice flight attendant who was like, don't worry. Like, let me like help you, and brought me up to first class to put it up. But then the first class flight attendant was like, what is this poor girl doing here? When I tried to put my suitcase up, he was like, gently would be great if you put it up gently.
Whoa.
And I was like,
Whoa.
don't fucking try me right now.
Okay, can I tell you, I had a reverse Cinderella. I had the inverse of your story. I had an ugly stepsister on my flight today. For all my bitching and moaning, I was upgraded to first class.
Girl.
But it was a flight from Milwaukee to New York.
Yeah,
it's not even
okay.
like nice first
It's not
class.
even-
There's
yeah,
nothing
it's not
going
even
on.
worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so like whatever, I walk back. You do get different snacks. They're nicer snacks, but
That's lit. Yeah.
But I get on the plane and they're like, no room. It's a fucking guy already sitting in first class. He's like, no room. And I was like, fuck you, dude. But
Yeah.
I was a little like, hey, flight attendant, aren't you kind of meant to help me a bit?
Intervene here?
Given my status.
I'm sorry, silver medallion over here. Is that what you want?
Seat 1D. I was kind of hoping you might. Yeah, no, I had to go to like mid-plane and then just kind of wait for people to trickle by and then do that. Oop, can I scooch right by you to get back to 1D?
God.
Can you imagine?
What the fuck?
If this is how Delta treats the rich, I mean,
It's not even worth it.
no.
Yeah.
All right, let's
Well, I
hear
really
your
liked
story,
it.
huh?
Why did you think that was bad? Can I just ask?
Well, I guess part of it was I hadn't read it back all the way through, but
Yeah.
it felt like too much upfront, not enough. Get the kids together, make them kiss.
Sure. That is like a hallmark challenge of this exercise. So I don't think that
Yeah.
was a you issue. It's just hard.
Well, I just wish I did.
Okay. Well, they kissed in my head. Does that help?
Awesome. Was it good?
Yeah. Actually, mine don't kiss either. Mine never kiss.
Yours never kiss.
Mine just
my
like dry
short stories
hump,
always
no
end
lips.
Okay, now you have to read
I'm
it.
just kidding. I'm just kidding. They don't. But
All
I
right,
will read it.
tease.
Do you want me to read it?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Let me start with a couple of my notes that Molly like wildly mischaracterized. I did try to do like a micro enemies to lovers. That wasn't how this started. I was gonna do like classic meet cute, and then I was like, I always do the same fucking thing with these, and I like all I do is talk about how I love enemies to lovers. Let's try it in a micro setting. So we'll start there. It was difficult. I did like a severe drop in, kind of inspired by, I wouldn't call it severe, but like I tried to just like drop in, and as I said, I don't know her job or his. And frankly, I don't have names either.
Okay, you read it for me and I'll tell you what their jobs are at the end. Also, I'm obsessed at the approach. I love that you're doing an enemies to lovers.
Thank you. And what I mean by severe, I was thinking about what you said about that one 831 novel that like
Totally.
sort of just like, yeah. So I was kind of like trying to take that because I like you were saying, like, I feel like I do so much upfront resume building that I was like, let me try to take that out. And then I also think I accidentally made sponsored content. So see if you can spot that. It felt like when Netflix, it felt like Into All the Boys I Love It Before when the friend is like, loving this Subway sandwich. So,
Oh my god, Running Point was like DoorDash. It was made by DoorDash.
Perfect. Okay, so you will be getting some of that in mine. Okay, and then the last point I have is that this is fan fiction about my own life. This is based on a real thing that happened to me.
Oh,
No
I bet I
real-
know.
No, you don't. There was this. It's not like a sexy thing that happened.
Awesome.
It's just like a travel woe I had. Okay. And with much ado, you know that feeling when you get in from traveling and you're the most tired you've ever been, but also the hungriest you've ever been? Oh, and by the way, you have to pee and you could probably use a shower, so it's impossible to decide which bodily function to address first. That's exactly how I feel when I drop off my bags in room 437 of the Radisson Blu in Bloomington, Minnesota. So after peeing and grabbing a quick shower, I decide to grab a vending machine dinner before crashing. I'll only be at the hotel for the next 10 hours, and I need to spend at least 8 of those hours unconscious if I want to survive the next leg of my trip to Los Angeles. This is the mental calculus I'm performing as I stare into the blue glow of the vending machine at the Radisson Blu in Bloomington, Minnesota. Which of these manufactured snacks will fill me up the fastest so I can actually fall asleep? And which drink has the least amount of caffeine in it? Just when I've decided that peanut M&Ms count as protein, I hear a man cough impatiently behind me. Normally I would let it go, but I'm in a horrible mood, which is why I look over my shoulder with the fakest smile I can muster to say, "Just a minute." But when I turn around, my mood sours even further. It's the guy from my flight who made sure to be the first person off the plane, despite sitting in the last row. He's one of the many reasons I missed my connecting flight, and am currently looking down the barrel at chocolate dinner. One of my goals in life is to call freaks like that out when it actually happens. Confronting him here will have to do. "Oh my God, it's you," I shout. This gangly stranger with his rumpled shirt and even more rumpled hair looks confused at first and then smiles before saying, "You were on the Delta flight from New York, weren't you?" "Yeah, you might remember me from when you barreled down the aisle and almost took out the grandma in the exit row," I say. "Oh, plain guy starts before I cut him off. "Let me guess, you had a big meeting you had to make," I ask, gesturing at his outfit. "Buddy, we all have a big meeting we have to make." "Well, yes," he says, holding back a laugh. This sends me over the edge I was barely clinging to. This is what's wrong with 2026. Everyone is living in their own world with their AirPods, listening to a podcast about why their boundaries are more important than anyone else's. And while we're doing that, the flight attendants are wiping our sweat off the airplane seats for $26 an hour. And now we're both at the hotel for losers who ran to a flight that already left. I exhale loudly and take in his shocked face. "I'm pretty sure I saw you wearing AirPods on the plane," he responds. "That's not the point. The point is that you think your time is more important than anyone else's, and it's not. So you're going to wait while I get my dinner." "This can't be your dinner," Plain Guy says softly. "It's fine," I say, whipping back around to the machine. "Listen," he says after a beat. "You're right. I should take my headphones out every once in a while, and I didn't see that grandma because I was in a huge rush, because my sister's husband left her a month ago, and she had a baby this morning. I'm going to LA to meet my niece and bring my sister home from the hospital." I say, turning back around. He looks slightly embarrassed. "That was a lot of information," he says, looking down. "Is she cute?" "My nephew came out kind of gross, but he is perfect," I say, rolling my eyes at my attempt to diffuse the tension. "She's awesome," he says, breaking into a nervous laugh. I'm about to return once again to the vending machine when Plain Guy stops me. "Hey, I ordered Domino's, and the tracker thing says it'll be here in 5 minutes, if you want to save those M&Ms for dessert." "Fine, but I want a Gatorade too," I say. "Deal," Plain Guy laughs.
Claire.
Stop it.
Claire. That
Save it.
fucking rocked. No, I'm so into it. I really like it. Oh my God, I need a 300 pager now.
I'm now realizing there was actually 3 spawn cons.
Okay,
M&M's, Domino's, and Gatorade.
what? Okay, you're not going to be like, "I need my generic chocolate candy."
Sure.
My candy-coated chocolate. That
Yeah.
rocked.
I don't know about all that.
No, her initial kind of like pitch into this, like her diatribe against him, such good writing. I'm obsessed with
thank
her.
you.
I
Well,
love
you know,
her.
This is just sort of something I think about all day long. So it really came to me just, I'm surprised I didn't say late stage capitalism or misandry or...
You did in so many words.
Yeah.
Podcasts
Or
about
any
why
of
your
those.
boundaries are more important than others. So good.
over-therapized.
Incisive. I loved it. Also, I did love, like, you nailed the hardest part of an enemies to lovers in my perspective, which is like, how do you redeem the guy, particularly in such a short span as you had with this?
I had to make it high drama. Like, the only way was to give him, like, a sort of insane plot line.
It worked.
because I couldn't
rocked.
this is such a fun exercise because you start to do this like calculus. I was like, I think I have to like, obviously the event he's going to has to be like emotionally weighted, and then I was like, well, I can't make it a death because then you're not gonna go fuck after your dad is dead or something. So I'm
What's
like,
the opposite of
you
a
know,
death?
birth. It was very Shakespearean what I did here.
It rocked.
So.
Also, you did a little trick. You did a Devin Perry bit of a trick when she goes, let me guess, a big meeting? Yes, but double entendre. He's meeting his new niece, you slink malink. That was really...
And I did that intentionally.
It was a good trick in such limited surface area because I'm still hating him, and I do have to hate him long enough to then for it to feel rewarding that when I like him. So when he goes, well, yeah, I was a meeting, I'm like, yeah. And another thing, but then you learn.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
He's an uncle, and how can you hate an uncle?
Unk. I will say the one piece that I had a hard time with, given
Tell me.
really just page count. I'm not going to a man's room for dominoes after a brief
Girl,
encounter.
I completely agree.
And this is just a warning
like,
to young, impressionable, stupid heads.
Don't
Go to the room for dominoes.
Well,
maybe.
Well,
hey.
I actually think if he's cute and I don't get sort of sinister vibes.
Yep. Well, this is the classic book, Stupid Calculus. If he's hot, all the other variables are kind of overridden. Yeah.
Sort of don't matter at all.
That's right. Things are weighted.
And
what are their jobs?
Yeah, Molly, what are their jobs?
Oh my God. Okay. So he is actually, I think he had an LA past. I think he used to live in the same city as his sister and maybe like was friends with her ex. So it's a devastating blow across the board. So I think he's kind of an industry guy. Maybe he's an agent. Call me crazy.
Okay.
He's definitely industry. He could be kind of like ad sales for a big,
I see that. Yeah.
Yeah. And then she's a pit bull. She might be an attorney.
They're always lawyers. The girls in our stories are always
Every
lawyers.
woman is a lawyer. That's right.
If you push her hard enough.
That's right. Heard it here first. She's barred in California and New York and Minnesota.
That would make sense because I wanted to imply that this woman she's having a hard time due to the fact that she's always on planes. Did you get that?
No, totally. Okay. Travel's getting her ass. And she might even work in kind of like an unconventional industry in a role that requires a lot of content capture. I don't know.
She might. I don't know. How did she end up in Bloomington, Minnesota? We'll never know.
Maybe she was on her way. She was leaving Fort Myers. No.
Maybe she just went to spring training.
Maybe.
Yeah.
That's a really good story. Oh boy, did I like that.
Oh, thanks. I actually felt pretty self-conscious about it rereading it.
I fucking loved it.
Because I agree with you. The ending is very like, I'm like...
No, not at all. It's how these things have to resolve.
Yeah.
And
at one point I had him... I know, but maybe I should have beefed that up a little bit. But I think at one point I had him like... I almost took it in like a sexual turn where he like steps into her at the vending machine, which I thought was sort of really exciting. But then I was like, if a man stepped to me at the vending machine who I already had an issue with, it would be a problem.
I would throw hands. Yeah.
Yeah. So I did scale that back.
That's good. I think you handled it perfectly.
We went with dinner that might turn romantic.
Right. And did I feel that you kind of like appropriated my culture with a cough instead? Yeah, I did.
I should have written a man low on oxygen coughs behind me.
The cough hurts because his chest is already so bruised from coughing. Yeah.
That builds empathy for me.
Totally.
Yeah. Well, I'm so glad we finally got to write about airports. Thank you.
Yeah, no, Cars was a delight for me. I love living in your favorite trope.
Oh, thanks. And I love living in like the hellish day you had today.
Yeah, and I was embarrassed to reveal that it was ultimately an upgraded seat with lots of legroom. But it still sucked ass.
Still is a bad day. And that's what they owed you. So
It's a bad day, you know?
yeah.
They owed me. I did raise a bit of hell with Delta, and
Good.
the guy I was texting goes, I'd be so delighted to gift you 2,000 sky miles. And I was like,
It's not a gift.
no. So I go, is that the most you can give me? It's been a very trying experience. I'm missing multiple important meetings. So I said, is that your final offer? And he came back and said, I've just talked to my superior. I am delighted to share. I can give you the absolute cap of 3,000 sky miles.
Hey.
And I'm sitting next to my brother Jack, and now he's kind of coaching the negotiation. He goes, okay. Immediately respond. In addition to the first 2,000, thank you.
Good.
I accept my gift of 5,000 sky miles. And so I said
That is
exactly
good.
that. But then,
And what
of
did he
course,
say?
no, this guy comes back. No, Margaret, all I can give you is 3,000.
Oh my god. Good attempt though.
Yeah, it was something to, take the edge off for 30 minutes
Yeah.
of our 5.5-hour wait.
Sure.
Yeah. So now I guess I'd like to, well, who
You
wants-
first.
You want me
You
to go
first.
first?
You first. Molly. Hey Molly.
Hey.
What's the most romantic thing that happened to you this week?
I'm gonna go for one that happened to me today when I was walking to meet Joops and my dog at the dog park. And I do just want to shout out that the greatest romance of my life this week was that Joops cared for my dog better than I've ever cared for my dog.
Come on.
And cared for me at the same time. Obviously, this whole act was an act of love for me and my family. But she also was like really took care of my anxieties throughout this weekend, constantly providing updates. So thank you, Joops. Great romance of my life, one of the great loves of my life. But that's not what I'm going to talk about.
Got it.
This happened while I was on my way to meet her. I was passing a mom and her like toddler daughter, and she was like, I don't know, maybe at most 5 years older than we are. And the mom, that is, not the toddler. I know, crazy. But they were walking hand in hand on the Upper East Side, and the mom was playing the song Irreplaceable by Beyonce out of her phone. And based on their conversation, she was clearly showing this song to her daughter for the first time and like had introduced it like, this is a song that's going to change your young life. And so she's playing the song out loud. The daughter's kind of wiggling and she's like, yeah, like kind of gabbing over the song to her mom though. And the mom goes, no, like focus. This is the best part. And she really wants her daughter to listen to the part that goes, you must not know about me. Which was just very cute. That moment of like sharing something and like both of them just kind of shaking their asses to it. But I also really liked that was the part that the mom really wanted her daughter to pay attention to. It's like, it's building self-esteem, which could not be more important in any child, but I really like to see it from mom to daughter. You must not know about me.
I have chills.
I
have
chills. It
chills.
was very romantic. I really liked it.
And the day after Mother's Day, no less.
The day after Mother's Day, no less. That's right.
Yeah.
It was
wow,
cute
that's
as
very
hell.
sweet. I love that.
Yeah, it was really cute.
And you must not know about that toddler.
You must not know about her. She's a one to reckon with.
Yeah.
And it was my one exception to, hey, how about we all stop playing our phones out loud in public?
Yeah, you hate that.
I do. I don't like it at all.
Yeah. Wow.
Just a brief aside, today at LaGuardia, I was peeing after the flight. There was a woman playing reels at an I think she must have had a speaker attached to her phone because it exceeded the top volume of an iPhone. And she brought it to the bathroom with her. And she's restarting videos. She keeps going back to the top of it goes,
oh no.
And she's doing it in the toilet, and I'm like, bro, like, you're in the toilet. We all know you're on your phone, like, restarting videos. And then she came out to wash her hands, put her phone on the hand dryer, turned it up even louder, as if that were possible. Swipes to a new video so she can have a new video while she washes her hands. Get a brick.
Get a brick. Also, this is what I'm literally talking about in my short story. What are we doing? Put your phone down, wash your hands. You don't need to watch reels while you piss out loud at the airport. You don't.
That's exactly right.
Literally
That's right.
don't.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
And now
Sorry.
I'd like to ask you, what's the most romantic thing that happened to you this week?
Okay. Mine is that today Julia and I did a pre-work walk because you were not home yet. So it was just the two of us. And we, we're doing our classic laps around, get out those maps, the Great Lawn.
Great Lawn.
And you know that area there's a ton of like benches that are dedicated to people. And we were just walking along and we saw that someone had like tied a bouquet of flowers to one of the benches that was like in loving memory of someone.
Oof.
And I mean, the benches themselves are incredibly romantic. The idea of dedicating a bench to a friend, a lover, a wife, a husband, and then to come like bring flowers was also just like.
I wonder if it was for Mother's Day.
Oh, it might have been, yeah, for Mother's Day.
The notion that it was for Mother's Day.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's really beautiful. I love that in your kind of taxonomy, there's no overlap between lover, wife, and husband. Those are kind of like
God, no.
discrete.
Those are entirely separate.
Yeah.
Oh my God. You're lucky if your lover is your husband.
But completely.
That's a book stupid promise. You're lucky if your lover is your husband.
That's really, I do find those benches very moving.
Yeah. Agreed.
So beautiful. And
so beautiful.
That the love is still so practiced, that it's still so active in their family members' lives.
Yes, I agree.
Pardon?
No, I agree. Completely.
Well, that's that.
It's that, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
All right. Let's let Molly go put on her oxygen mask. Also, I'm developing a headache like right here.
Totally, girl.
I'm gonna
You probably
have
have
to
my
go.
virus.
Can't wait.